Hey everybody, I'm playing with the settings. Hey Steve, good to see you, man. Uh, if we are live, if this is working, I apologize. Even if it's not working and the audio's working, I apologize. I don't know what's wrong. I'm not doing anything different than I did last night. And if anything, I've done more. I've attempted more in the settings, trying to fix stuff in this last half hour, but I did the best I could. We'll see what we're left with. And whether or not this is going to be possible tonight. I hope it will be, but it looks like we are not streaming at all. And I shared it. I don't know what's happening. I don't know why this is happening. Hey Royce and Regina. I apologize to everybody. Uh, do we have audio? If we have audio, I'll continue. This can be radio. I'll put the picture back up if it bothers you, the lagging. Let me know what to do, guys. I feel like I should press forward. I feel like I should continue forward. I don't know though. I'm going to leave that up to you guys, the viewers. Let me know what you want me to do. So I apologize that this is kind of unwatchable. Here. This is what I'll do for now. This is going to hide the lagging. Somebody let me know if the audio is consistent. If the audio isn't consistent, we will wrap it up and I will apologize and we will try again tomorrow. But if the audio is consistent, we'll continue forward because the message is the most important thing. So let me know if the audio is good, and if the audio is good, I will keep going. And let me know if the picture being up makes it less distracting. Royce says just keep going. All right, Royce, you got it, man. You want the lagging or you want the picture? Let me know, because we're going to do the show. We're just going to go ahead and do it. Do you want to look at the picture or do you want to look at the lagging? Does the lagging bother you guys? So I don't want it to be unwatchable. This might be better. So we're going to just talk for a second and make sure that this stays consistent because I want you guys to know if you share this, they're going to get a show. I'm going to keep going. I can bring myself back into the picture if this bothers anybody, but we'll make it like radio. Actually, there is a guy who is putting the Daily Bern on radio, on internet radio every day. As far as I know, he said he was. I should check into that. I should look into that. But that's really cool, right? That'll be neat moving forward. But we're in a watch party also at Bernie or Vest. We're being sponsored kind of this week by Bernie or Vest. And I'm sponsoring them. It's kind of a marriage, a partnership between the two organizations. Um, and Bernie or Vest is much more than a Facebook group, but they are a fantastic Facebook group. And you should check them out and join Bernie or Vest. Join the movement, though, more than that. We'll get into all of that in just a bit. But let me know, guys, about the picture. There's some people here in the watch party. I'm checking back and forth. I'll be looking at your comments. But we're having a watch party on Bernie or Vest all week. This whole week we're going to be coming from Bernie or Vest. And hopefully we'll have less technical difficulties tomorrow. But today we're having a little, but we're fighting through it. So we're doing the best. Royce says either. Just do your show. Royce is the best. You're the best, Royce. He's been here since the very beginning. This show's been going on for about 5 months, and we do it every day. It's a motivational show. So we'll just go ahead and start. Welcome back to the Daily Bern. This is the war room of the political revolution. And we gather here every day to talk about this fight that we're in. And that is what this is. This is a fight. We are in a revolution right now, and we're fighting every day. This is what a peaceful revolution looks like. This is how change takes place. We are doing it right now, and that's what this show is about. Moving forwards towards victory in that fight. And I made this show for us. I made this show because it didn't exist, and I felt like it needed to. I felt like there needed to be a show like this out there, and I created it. There needed to be a voice out there telling people that we could do this because we are doing this. And the media is not going to show it. They're not going to focus on it. They're not going to put any attention on it. They don't want anybody to know. But it is happening right now. And that's why I created this show, because I felt like that message needed to exist, that somebody needed to be out there spreading that message. And that's why I made it. And hopefully you like it. It's growing a following. It's catching a little bit of a following. People are getting into it and supporting the show, and I really, that excites me. I find that very exciting. So I'm glad that it's getting a following, and I hope it motivates people. That's what it's for. I made this show to motivate you in this fight because it is a fight. That's one of the biggest things that we need to own and take in 100% is that we are in a fight right now, currently. We are involved in a fight. This is a political revolution. It's different than any kind of fight we've ever been in before, and we've never been taught how to do it. We've never been taught how to participate in democracy and what to do and how to fight. But we're in a fight. We need to own that 100% moving forward. All of us, everyone. I'm talking to those of us that are already fighting, which I'm basically preaching to the choir. But I do a lot of that on this show. And sometimes we need preaching too. We need to realize this is our fight. We need to own it 100%. I don't want any of us to think that we can be of a victim mentality. We have to own this fight. We're fighting. We have enemies. They are trying to defeat us. They will do everything that they can to defeat us. We have to rise above that. We have to fight back against that. And oh, I know what the problem is. My OBS is running video in high def. So I probably look really pretty tonight when I'm moving and I'm not sitting still. But even in the pauses, I probably look pretty good. But I'll fix that, guys. Sorry about that. That's what happens when you use the auto configuration wizard. That thing steers me in the wrong direction so often. But thank you for everything that you guys do out there every day. I see a lot of you out there fighting in this fight every day. And people that are here right now, Steve, Royce, I see you guys out there fighting. Ginger was here earlier at the 7 o'clock when we first went live, when it was completely unwatchable. Ginger was here. Ginger is a warrior out there fighting. I thank every one of you guys, all of you, any one of you that are out there fighting in this revolution. Thank you for what you do out there every day. I know that's not why you're doing it, but thank you. But this is a special week for the Bern because, like I said earlier, we're being sponsored this week by a really great Facebook group, but more than that, a movement, Bernie or Vest. And join Bernie or Vest, become a member of that group, and realize that it's also a movement. We're making a commitment to show up and be there, committed to storming the convention if necessary. doing what needs to happen, and then taking action afterwards if we're robbed, and going to the streets for direct action, like what you're seeing in France, something like that. This is a Bernie or bust situation. This is a Bernie or vest situation. So I thought that the partnership was very good for that reason. It made a lot of sense, and it fit in with the show and fit in with what the show is about. So when they reached out to me, I was like, this is perfect. Really, I kind of wish I'd have reached out to them first. It just makes perfect sense. I've had people ask me before, hey, Ginger, I'm glad to see you're back. Sorry about that earlier. I figured out what the problem is and we'll fix it moving forward, but I apologize. I shared it too. Like, I know people get mad when they share it because, you're kind of vouching for something when you share it. And once you click share and it fails, you're like, oh man, I'm sorry, guys. I've started watch parties that were failures. I started a watch party tonight in Bernie Your Vest. Was a failure. It's embarrassing. I get it. And I do everything I can to avoid that happening, and things will get better moving forward. We are professional live streamers now. I don't know why I always talk like I got a mouse in my pocket, but I do this professionally now. This is my contribution to the revolution. This is something I do for this fight, but I also do regular shows. I'm a professional live streamer now, and I try to do my best on this show because this show has a personal place to me in my heart. But Ginger says, tried to find my shares and they didn't all load. I don't think it's all me, Ginger. I mean, really, I don't. I'm super careful uh, because I want to put out quality stuff. I want to do things of value for you guys, and especially with this, because even though this is not an official campaign show, I believe this is what the movement is about. This is what the revolution is about. People doing stuff like this. This is a grassroots little independent show. And I think that's what we need to do. We need to be the media. We need to spread the truth. We need to do whatever we can. This is just my contribution. But like I said, though, this is a Bernie or bust situation. This is an end of the road type of deal, with last stand type of situation. Ginger says people love your positive streams, so it's a bummer when they crash. It looks like we've been consistent for a little while, though. Um, the audio I've heard is good if it's pausing. I can switch to a picture and we'll just keep going because I have more stuff planned, but we're going to continue forward either way. So let me know if it glitches again. We'll throw the picture back up. I'm just going to push forward. But that's the situation, man. This is Bernie or bust, y'all. We've got to be all in. We need to think like warriors here. We're in a fight. And it may not be violent, but the stakes are very real. We have a fantastic candidate that has laid tremendous groundwork for us and given us a clear path to victory. Bernie is doing an amazing job. We really couldn't ask for more out of our candidate. Bernie's doing fantastic work, has done fantastic work for decades. You know, he's laid the groundwork and laid a clear path to victory. This is ours now. This is ours to win and ours to do. It's all on us. It's not up to Bernie. That's one of the most important things that he talks about, and something I try to stress on every Bern, that this is our fight. Bernie's a great candidate. He has great policies, great ideas. I'm behind a lot of it. I agree with most of it. I think Bernie's a fantastic candidate and that we are on a path to victory. And I believe that everything's going perfectly according to plan. Bernie's doing great. Now it's on us. It's all on us now. And this is our time. So we need to own it. Own it 100%. Now, I already told you that we got to commit to this fight all the way to the end. If we want to see real change, if we want to see this happen, if we want to see this get off the ground, we have to commit 100%. No half measures. We're not looking for half measures, so we can't give half measures. You can't expect to get more than you give. You got to do all you can. You can't leave anything on the table. This is our time. Be brave, take chances, do things, take advantage of opportunities, create opportunities, make things happen. Got to do all we can. We really just got to get out there and just do it. And a lot of it is changing your mentality, controlling your mindset, working on you. You can make all these changes, well, not all of them, but a lot of them in your regular daily life. You can do it, and it will change what you put out, what energy you put out, and what people see when they look at you. You can inspire people. We're winning. We should have a little bit of confidence. I understand appearing weak when you're strong, but we're crushing it. The media is pointing the cameras in the other direction, but we are destroying them. We just passed 4 million individual contributions. It's crazy how great this is going because the media is not showing anybody, and they never will because they're a weapon. And that's what they are. And we need to understand they're the weapon that is going to be used against us. That's the reality of the situation. So be brave and take chances. Do things. Get out there. Be the media. Fight and share information. Because, most people live their fears when you should live your dreams. You can have the things you want. You can have better. People want these things. We need to inform them, educate them, show them that they can have them. 70% of voters want Medicare for all. A majority wants almost everything in Bernie's platform. I had the stats in front of me earlier, but in all this confusion with the technical difficulties, I lost them. Everything that we're pushing for has a majority of the population's support. They are just lied to on a massive scale and convinced to vote against their own best interests. But we can have better. We can do better if we decide we deserve it and stop settling for less and put in the work to make this change. We can move our society forwards towards progress. This can happen. And this is happening. So get out there and just do all that you can. And when I say that, what I mean is just do all that you can. What you can do. Everybody has different talents and different things that they bring to the table. So you're going to have your own contribution, your own way of contributing. That's fine, but commit to it and then do it every day. Every day, no matter what. Whether you feel like it or not, no matter what. If we do that, when enough of us do that, there will be nothing that can be done to stop us. Absolutely nothing. Ginger says you shared them to your page. No, I know. I shared them to my page. I shared them to groups. Not just my groups. I shared them all over the place. I forgot to share this one to my pages. Hopefully somebody from the pages is here and shares it. I don't remember if I did or not. I'm not going to do it again. I tried to share it. I sometimes forget to share. But that's what I mean by doing all you can. Just picking something, whatever it's going to be for you, and do it every day. Just keep going. Persistence. Discipline, persistence, mental toughness. These are the things that are going to get us through. Because what they're using against us, they're going to continue to use against us. But all they can do is get us to quit, get us to back down, get us to decide we're too weak. Well, we can't have it, guys. Let's go home. But no, that's not what we're going to do. That's not what we're talking about. Everyone, I think, understands that this has to happen. And it is happening right now. So be a part of it and do all you can. I include a link in the description. It's not on Facebook right now because of stupid technical difficulties, but go to berniesanders.com. See if there's any way that you can help out the campaign by volunteering, maybe donate any amount. Everything helps. Don't feel like something's too little or too small. But let me see if the watch party's still up in Burning Your Vest. Comment on the watch party if you guys are there, so it'll show up in my notifications so I can get back to it. But we're doing a watch party in Burning Your Vest because we're promoting that group this week, and you should join it. But you need to realize that's the reality of this situation. This is a Bernie or Vest situation. And Steve says we should all meet up at the convention. We have to. It's not a should, man. Dude, we got to start saving right now. I'm already saving. We have to. I'm going to see you there, man. We got to be there. We got to commit to do everything that we can, and that's part of it. Having our butts there is part of it. So, I understand there are extreme circumstances, but if you can do it, man, got to be there. I'm going to be there. No matter what, I'm going. Ginger says she's going. I will see you there, Ginger. You have to be there. There's things we're going to have to do in this, and that's one of them. But we're going to need to overwhelm every opportunity that we get. Every voting opportunity, every chance to flex, we need to overwhelm them. Overwhelm them with our numbers. And if we do that, we can win. We can beat them. We can undo this damage. We can have better. We can have progress. We can make change if we stand united and do the work to move it forward. But we have to do that. We can't be waiting for a hero to come in and save us or someone to save the day. We have to realize it's on us to do it. It's on us to be the ones that do the work and save the day, etc., etc., etc. But let's see. Steve says, I see it as class warfare. The 1% has sucked all the wealth out of the country. It is class warfare. We're in a fight. You're in it whether you're fighting in it or not. Matter of fact, they would prefer it if you didn't fight, if you didn't pay any attention, and if you stayed asleep. That would be the way that they would like for you to be. That would be ideal. Their ideal situation would be for you to not pay attention to the fact that you're in a fight. They love the people that won't even get involved, that won't even bother with it. They're fantastic. It's the same as voting yes. You want to tell somebody and vote shame because they voted third party. Well, at least they voted. You know how many people can't even be bothered to participate? They love that, by the way. And if you're doing it out of protest, if you're not participating out of protest, this system still lords over you. So ignoring it doesn't stop its power over you, does it? And if you take your ball and go home, you didn't teach them a lesson. They think if more people didn't vote, then the system would fall apart. They would just fake it. They'd pretend that people voted. They already do. The things that go on, and then to be naive enough to believe that you could stop it by non-participation is crazy. We have to take it over. We have to change it. We have to overwhelm it to do it. We are the many and they are the few. We have to stop living in this victim, this weak mindset that we can't do anything. Stop talking like that. They're never going to let Bernie be president. Nobody said anything about them letting us do anything. Stop talking like you're weak. These people work for us. That's the way it's supposed to be. They are our employees. Why are you letting your employees talk to you like this? Steve says an embarrassing video just surfaced of Pete supporting the Tea Party just in time for the debate tomorrow. That's hilarious. I hadn't seen that yet. Ginger said each of us have to drag 5 to the polls and make sure they're registered. I did it. At least 10 for Stein. I can do it again. Absolutely, we can do this. This is very possible. This is happening right now. Don't doubt that. You got to believe that to your core. That's important. Belief is very important to what we're doing. Belief is a huge motivator and helps to drive you forward when you fall on weak times and you start to doubt. Belief is what's going to push you forward. So it's important to believe. And this is a good thing to believe in. And like Roy says, we're coming to take this. We're not coming to negotiate. We're not coming to ask nicely. We're not coming to ask at all. These are demands. That's very clear, I think. It needs to be made clear. It needs to be understood that this is not negotiable. Healthcare is a human right. That's not negotiable. It's not something we're willing to negotiate on at all. People deserve to be paid a living wage. It's not negotiable. You work and you work 40 hours a week. You should be able to live with dignity. Our society and our system can't continue if we don't make it that way. It's just naive to think otherwise. Nothing's going to change if we don't change it. We have to be the ones to do this. Steve says, feels like Bernie has picked up some momentum lately. Tulsi also. Yeah, but man, Bernie's crushing it. Bernie's been crushing it the whole time. The media's just not showing it. The media's never going to show it. They may have to show you in their polls, you know, this and that, but they'll try not to. They'll do their best not to show you any of it. They don't want to. They want to hide it. Because if they show it to people, people will be excited by it and people will want to be a part of it. That's why we have to show it to people. We have to realize that that's our job. If we need to do that, we need to be the ones that shine a light on what's happening. There's nobody else will. Ginger says everyone get 5 people to register to vote and either take them to the polls or make sure they get there. That's a good thing to commit to. I like that. That sounds good to me. It's part of doing all you can. Do all that you can. Make sure there's nothing that you've left on the table at the end of this. We have to do all we can. This is our responsibility. This is our fight. And it is a fight. That's very important to own and understand. We are in a fight. And we're winning that fight. Royce says a lot of stuff. Hold on, there's a bunch of tags here. But enough is the one that caught my eye. Enough is enough. And when enough is enough, you reach a tipping point. And that's where we're heading. We're going to reach a tipping point. We're going to get the momentum needed to win this. It is going to happen. I fully believe it. Not just because I want it to, but because I'm seeing it happen. The momentum is there. We're building. This is building. We're crushing it. Own that, you know. Live in that. And radiate that confidence. Confidence is going to inspire more than desperation. We're winning. People want to be on the winning team. We just need to inform them what's happening because the media is doing all they can to hide it. And we're going to get into the media a lot more tomorrow night on Conspiracy Theories and Chill. The whole episode's going to be about how the media is a weapon and how it became a weapon and all of that. So we're going to get way into that, but it is a weapon and it's their biggest weapon that they use against us. And that's not going to change. So the propaganda, we're just up against that. That's just a fact of the situation. It's an unfortunate fact, but it's a fact. Ginger says you have 12 days to vote, I think, Steve. You can set up a carpool. That's a really good idea about getting 5 people to register to vote. I like that. That's a great idea. It's things like that. We need to think outside the box. You know, non voters are a big area of opportunity. There are a lot of non voters. We should be pushing there. And then there are a lot of Trump supporters that don't really support Trump that aren't that far away from being Bernie supporters. There's lots of opportunities. Just got to take chances and gambles and risks on some of them. What do you got to lose? We're winning. We're in a winning position. We're fighting from the we have the high ground. Look at how Bernie is radiating confidence. And then ask yourself if the campaign is in trouble. The media is going to tell you it's in trouble, but the media is garbage. The media is a weapon. Roy says this is nothing like last time. Bernie is crushing it and the one percenters know it. They're terrified of what's happening. They are afraid of us. And they should be. It's for good reason that they're afraid of us. Ginger, looks like they're talking about Tulsi. And Ginger says that she's pro Tulsi, but I'm sure she'll have a very important role in Bernie's administration. Regardless, may the best one win. I'll take either. Oh, Steve was talking about how Tulsi's surging. They might be talking about that. It's not that I don't like Tulsi. I like Tulsi. I have my candidate. I've made my decision. Bernie's my candidate. That's the fight. That's where we're going moving forward. Tulsi, I think, will play a role. And, I hope she does. But, that's in the future. That's coming up. No one knows. But I'm sure Tulsi will support Bernie too, Steve. I agree. I think that absolutely, when the time comes, Tulsi will support Bernie. So I don't think that's a problem. And if you like Tulsi, you probably like Bernie. You know what I mean? So if Tulsi drops out or something happens with that campaign, those people are probably going to be allies. So there's no point in bickering and fighting with them right now. We haven't even started voting yet. The voting hasn't even started. It's not time. We don't need to be desperate. We don't need to fight and bicker. We don't need to battle from that position. We can be confident. Ginger says those candidates they're putting up are taking the white vote from Biden and Warren. We'll keep them coming. Yeah, exactly. Let them run whoever they want. They're going to throw everything, including the kitchen sink, at us. Let them do it. Knock themselves out. You know? We can't be bothered or deterred by that, because they're going to do what they do. Their media is a weapon. It's going to continue to be a weapon. It's going to continue to be used against us. There's nothing we can do about that except own it and move forward and fight against it. But what do you guys want to get into before we wrap up the burn? I got a special uh, live stream I'm planning tonight. I'm worried about it now because we had all these glitches, but I got a special live stream coming from my feed, my timeline, in about a half hour, 45 minutes, maybe by 9, 8:30 or 9. I'm not sure which yet because this went long, but I think I got enough time for 8:30, but so we'll shoot for 8:30, but maybe 9. I got a special feed I'm going to do on the Facebook timeline. So everybody on YouTube, come over to Facebook and check that out, but I'll upload it to YouTube later on. But thanks for watching the Daily Burn, guys. This is a daily show. We do this every day. And real quick before we wrap up, remember to join Bernie or Vest. That is a group that is sponsoring the show this week, and we're doing watch parties from their group every day, as well as promoting their group. But I want to have like kind of a partnership with them. I'm offering that, and there seems to be a little interest in that. We have similar views, similar goals. We understand that this fight is to the finish. This is no half measures. We're coming to take this. We have to do all we can. We understand that. So we have similar ideals. So join Burning Your Vest. It's a great group. There's a lot of great shares and great content. It's also a movement, you know. So I'm really excited to have this little partnership with them. And this is fun. But Ginger says it's not left and right, it's us versus the oligarchy. We all have common enemies. We get people to see that. We get enough people to see that. We don't need everybody to see it. We get enough people on board, fully committed. We can't be stopped. Nothing they do will matter. It won't be enough to stop us. Steve says the nurses union endorsed Bernie. Yeah, that was big. There's been a lot of big endorsements, a lot of excitement, a lot of good things, a lot of positive. We need to hold on to that stuff and hold on to that and draw strength from it, inspire ourselves with it, focus on it. 4 million individual donations. It's amazing. Roy says, can't wait for the primary to start. Watch the mainstream media squirm. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait till we get chances to flex. We haven't even gotten chances to flex yet. The voting's going to be amazing. I can't wait for it. I'm excited about it. I think it's going to be great. Ginger says, shared again widely. Thank you. I wasn't sure how this went. But we've been going a while now. Right now we're kind of hanging out and unwinding. The burn I thought went okay. The technical difficulties frustrated me so bad. I tried not to focus on them, but it did. Roy says I got a bowl tomorrow night and pool Thursday. I'll have to watch those later. We are the people. Are we the people? Dude, anytime you show up to a burn, Royce, you are right on time. Don't think you're late. I make these with watching later in mind. Like, they're supposed to be something that you can just put on. Like, if you're feeling down about the revolution or down about this fight, put one on and listen to it. It's supposed to be something that builds people up. I'm attempting to, anyway, be motivational. Because we have to believe. Belief is very important. You have to believe that you can do this. This is possible. This can happen. We can have this. That's a big part of it. You believe it to your core and then commit to do the work. There's nothing you can't do. Absolutely nothing. And really all they can do is get us to stop, get us to quit, get us to defeat ourselves. That's what they'll be depending on. That's what they'll be trying to do. But Cher says, hi, burners. Hey, how are you? Welcome to the Burn. This is the Daily Burn. This is a daily show. We do this every day at 7 p.m. Central from our Revolution War Room. That's my page. Join my page and follow this show. Right now, this is pretty much all that gets shared on that page. I'm trying to work on getting some more content to the page and maybe some admins. Anybody interested in being an admin on our Revolution War Room? I want it to be an active page, but it's not. Right now, it's just this show. I share this show every day, and that's pretty much its whole purpose. It's the home of this show. But I want it to be alive. So if there's anyone that would want to be an admin or share content to our Revolution War Room, please do and let me know because I would love to have you be part of the team. Uh, I'm trying to make that a page for the Revolution. And Cher says that she's scared they'll rig it. They will. Don't be scared. Know for a fact that they will. Already own it. They're going to do everything they did in 2016 again. It's not going to matter. It's not going to be enough. We are going to overwhelm them. We have to reach a tipping point. We're not expecting this to work out playing by their rules. We have to overwhelm it with our numbers. We overwhelm their system with our numbers. That's what we do. That's how we beat this. That's how we defeat them. That's it. It's that simple. It's really that easy. They can only do so much hiding. They can only do so much rigging if we really, really dominate it. If every voting opportunity, if every chance to flex looks like a Bernie rally, there is nothing that they can do. You can only point the cameras away and get people to look away for so long. Once we wake enough people up, we will reach a tipping point. This is going to happen. I am predicting the future based on the past. This is going to happen. We have the momentum for it. We just keep moving forward. It can't fail. We're going to win. It's in process. It's already happening. We reach that tipping point. There is nothing they can do to stop us. You can only hide it for so long. And I really don't believe that the American people, and I'm talking to everybody, I don't care what political affiliation you are, will allow another election to be rigged in this country. Will they? I really hope not. I really, really, really hope not. That would be terrible. And if so, I will lose all faith in the political process and I will be burning your vest. I'll be right there with them fighting. And that's the direction this show would go. This show would continue. This show is for the revolution. We're in a fight. Bernie's our candidate. That's the current fight. But this fight is from the ground up. That's the other thing you can do. Get involved in local government. My Babels is an alderman now. Ran for alderman and won. Local politician. That's the kind of stuff we need to do. Run for school board. Run for stuff like that. Run for city council. Whatever you can do. Get involved. Get active. Hey, Jeff. I haven't seen you in forever. And Jennifer, good to see you. Thanks for coming. Participate. Talk. We're hanging out now. Right now, we're just really talking about same things we talk about every day. But it's true. I'm not on here lying. And it's historically true. This is how change happens. It's how change takes place. When the people rise up united, they win. And they will tell you it's impossible all the way until it's done. That's a Mandela quote, but it's true. They will say it can't be done all the way until they have to give it to you. And they'll have to give it to us. We will overwhelm them. They will have to give us this. We are going to take it. Enough of us are going to understand that that's what needs to happen. And it's what's going to happen. Wait till the voting starts. We start showing, then that's what would break my spirit. If the voting starts and we have our caucus, the first caucus, and there's not a rally there, if it's not like a sea of people, then I'm gonna start to be like, uh-oh. Because we need to realize that's what it's gotta be. Cher says gonna need a bigger burn. No, we can keep burning. We can burn on, and burn on. This is my favorite show. Conspiracy theories and chill is my baby, but this has become my favorite. And it's hard. This is harder than it looks because it's the same. It's repetitive. I try so hard for it not to be, but it almost has to be. Like we're talking about the same things every day, but I make it as different as I can. But the fight is very simple. It's only repetitive because the concept is really so simple. We stand united, we win. We are the many, they are the few. It's these are basic principles, simple principles, and it all really does boil down to that. So Cher says OMG. I love the retro TV. I like it too. This is one of my favorite sets. I've been experimenting with different sets and things for the show and looks. This is one of my favorites. This isn't the actual Daily Bern set. The Daily Bern set I haven't used in a while. I've been using this one. This is my generic set that kind of I use for almost every show now because it's the best background I've found where the picture fits right in the TV and it looks good. I look like I'm on that TV. And that's neat. Lauren says, "Hey Ginger. Ginger is popular? These must be a bunch of Ginger's friends." Cher asked my daughter why he was on a tiny TV. Now, there's a couple reasons. I'll tell you. One, because I like the way it looks. Two, because I try to make me as small as I can because I lag. So I pause. And sometimes the video gets interrupted, but usually only the picture of me. So I was trying to make as little of me as there could be on the screen. Not just because I have a face for radio, but because of the lagging. Actually, completely because of the lagging. I don't care. I'll make you look at this beautiful visage. Yep, we're with Ginger, Cher says. I'm with Ginger too. We're all down to ride. I'm a ride or die. No, Ginger's been a Facebook friend for a long time, and somebody that I see out there that's very active. Like Steve, I mentioned it earlier. I don't know if you were here for that, Ginger, but I mentioned it. I see a lot of you guys out there fighting and doing all you can, and it's inspirational to me. And I also thanked everyone that fights in this revolution earlier in the show. And I want to do that again. Thank you guys for what you do out there. And I see you fighting out there, and I know it's hard, and it takes commitment and dedication to do that every day and to keep moving forward. And it's hard on your mind. And make sure you're keeping yourself strong and keeping your mind right. But thank you for what you're doing. You guys are rock stars. Ginger says ride or die. Absolutely. Steve says I think Warren is the only one standing in Bernie's way now, and she seems to be stalling. There is no real support for Elizabeth Warren. Elizabeth Warren, I've said this before, has 1/64th of the support that they're showing you. The reality is that Elizabeth Warren doesn't have any support. No one actually supports Elizabeth Warren. Um, the media will make it look like she does until they can't do that anymore. And then they'll try to do it as best they can, or they'll try to make it look like somebody else has support. They've got 15 other schmucks to pick from. Who knows who the next one will be? They've got them lined up like ducks. They got a couple new ones running. You never know where they'll throw their next support, or who will be the next darling, when Elizabeth Warren fails. Because, yeah, why wouldn't she be failing? Think about it. How electable is Elizabeth Warren? As electable as Joe Biden. Joe Biden had no real support. It never did. They are willing to lose. That's the thing. They'd rather lose to Donald Trump than let us win. That's the real part. That's the key to it. Ray says, I used to be in radio. Tell me how to get into it, man. I want to get paid to talk. I'm trying to do it through live streaming, but the truth is being shut down. I get throttled real bad, and, I also think I get messed with. But, I can't prove that. That's in my head. But I do want other venues, other avenues, other ways to get out the message and the truth. So I'd be open to hearing about it. Cher says yes, so we will lose. No. No, we won't. Yeah, I don't want to talk like a quitter. I can't. I'm in a fight. We're in a fight. You can't walk around, you don't win a fight by walking in going, I'm gonna lose. I'm gonna lose. I'm gonna get beat down. I ain't trained enough. I didn't do enough. I ain't ready. And if that's our story when we get into the fight, when the fight gets real, if that's our story, if we're walking in it like that, I didn't do enough. I could have did more. I wish there was more I did. There was times I should have did sit-ups. I could have did more running, more cardio. If we're talking like that when the fight starts, yeah, we'll lose. We will. But we're not going to be. We're not going to be. Or I'm going to be running around shaking people like British nannies, waking them up to the situation that you got to wake up. This is our time. This happens right now. I will end up falling over from a heart attack from being too excited trying to wake people up. I'm going to be too passionate about it. There's no way this is failing. This can't fail. And if it fails, it keeps on going. Everybody that we get committed to it understands they have to keep fighting. We throw on vests, go out in the street, do it like that. If peaceful revolution is made impossible, violent revolution then becomes inevitable. I made it through that quote. Anyone that watches anything I do knows that I struggle with that quote often. That's a tough one. That quote is hard. I made it all the way through it. I'm pretty proud of myself. Cher says the mainstream media is mostly to blame. Almost completely. They are a weapon, and we're going to get into that on Conspiracy Theories and Chill tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Central. So come back for that and hang out, because we're going to get way into that. Lauren says, work on it every day. Got my yellow vest. They're real easy to get, and I like the idea, behind the vests and what they stand for, and I like incorporating it into our movement. I'm big into the burn your vest thing. I'm a big fan. I was already a fan of the group. I was already in the group, but now that they've reached out to me and I've looked into them more, I'm into the movement now. I didn't even know about the movement part of the Facebook group. The movement part of the Facebook group excites me more than the Facebook group, and it's a good Facebook group. I mean, it's got like 5,000 members. It's got like many more members than my pages. It's doing real well, but so it's active is what I'm saying. It's going to be a good group to join. Bernie your vest, join it. We're partnering with them this week, all week, and doing watch parties from their page. But that's the situation. The reality of it is burning your vest. So it's kind of good that this sponsorship between us is happening, because it allows me to focus on the fact that that's the reality. That this is it. There is no other fight coming along. There is no better opportunity coming along. We got to own this right now. This is our fight. Own this 100%. Know that this is our last stand. Look at it like that. Take it serious. Do all you can. And we'll win. Nothing can be done to stop us. Lauren says I'm a walking burning canvas. Right on. Jeff says the struggle is a global one. Absolutely. But it is also the people's responsibility. This fight, this revolution, and this is why I believe in it so much, it goes so far beyond the actual political part of the fight. Because the message and the truth of the situation is we need to own this to our core, that this is our responsibility, our job, and we are in control of our future and our destiny. You know, your reality ends up being what you tolerate, what you accept, what you allow. And when you stop tolerating something, you can eliminate it. We need to make this greed that's running our society and running our world and has bought up our politicians and bought up our government. We need to bring it to an end. We have to realize we're the ones that have to do that. And we need to own that. And people are rising up all over the world. And the cameras are being pointed away in every instance. They're not showing you what's happening. They don't want you to see it. They don't want any exposure to it. Because the the powers that be, these predators that lord over us, are losing their hold all over the world. And because the people are rising up, and there is a mass awakening happening, and we're heading in the right direction. We're heading towards change. Keep moving forward. Keep doing all you can. And don't let anyone break you, break your will, break your spirit, because we're not coming to play nice. We're coming to take this. That's what has to happen. You know, they're not going to give it to us. We got to take it. So that's the reality of the situation. But Steve says the super rich have no countries. They do not. They have no loyalties to, they don't even pay into society. You know what I mean? They do as they please. They use the world as they please. They go as they please. They come and go. They live where they want. They need to be reined in. We got to do that. Can't expect some hero to come along and rein them in. They'll never put themselves in check. We have to do this. This is our fight. So whether you're politically involved in the fight in that way or you fight in some other way, as long as you're fighting against the power system that's lording over us, you're fighting on my side. We have common enemies. We're in the same fight. Steve says don't count on Iowa. Caucuses are weird. And Cher says smoking on TV. I'm bringing it back. I'm bringing it back. I was trying not to because it doesn't look very professional, but remember, they used to smoke on TV. And then Jennifer says it's a really old TV. So yeah, it's old school and nostalgia. We're taking it back. Plus, I'm not really a TV host. I'm more of a fight trainer. We're in a fight. We're preparing for a fight. We need to think like fighters. And, you know, an old haggard fight trainer would be smoking. You know, plus it goes with my look. There's lots of reasons. And I have stage fright. I get nervous when I do this, and it's hard for me not to smoke. So I just go ahead and let myself do it. I tried not to for a long time, made it a long time. You know, I've wrapped up live feeds because I wanted a cigarette. You know, I'm used to. A lot of you may not know, but my background is in comedy, and most comedy clubs you can smoke. So I'm used to being able to smoke whenever I do any kind of performing. I'm trying to stop. I'm trying to stop entirely. I want to quit smoking. It's a bad habit, terrible habit. Worst thing I do, stupidest thing I do. And Ray says, and I agree with you, Ray. Ray says I should be smoking something else. That's going to be legal when Bernie's president, by the way. That's something we're pushing for. Just to bring us back into topic, cannabis. That's going to be legal. Marijuana. Marijuana legalization in the first 100 days. Bernie has already promised. Steve says, I'm in Bernie or Vest. Don't go there much, though. Well, we're doing a special week of promotion for Bernie or Vest. We'll be talking about him every day. And Ginger says, I'm wearing that hat, boxing coach. Yeah, I look like a boxing coach, right? I got the look. I got the cigarette in my mouth. I'm all haggard. I'm punchy. We're in a fight. We need to think about it like that. We really do. Steve says Ginger rules the Facebook. I'm surprised. Ginger will know what I'm talking about. Our top fan isn't here. There's a guy, he made his own top fan badge. It's hilarious. It's like my favorite thing right now. I wish someone would tag him just so I would see his badge. But I think I can actually get badges on the page. I think that the pages can get badges. I don't know. I don't know if I can or not. It shows me who shared. Like, thank you, Steve. Thank you, Ginger. Thank you, everybody that shared. I appreciate that. We had technical difficulties. We had all kinds of problems in the original burn, and I apologize to anybody who shared that. And I apologize for those technical difficulties. We're trying. We're getting better. We get a little better as we go, and everything's going along pretty well. Ginger's, there it is, top fan. That's what it is. He gave himself a top fan badge, and it looks just like that. And he puts that on every comment. It's hilarious to me. But because there's people that think it's a real badge, it's funny. Steve says Warren is very annoying to me, just saying. Warren's very annoying to me, and I stopped paying any attention to her. She's not a real threat. It's an imaginary threat. So I don't really have to give her much focus, but I am aware of her existence. You gotta know your enemy, but she's not a real threat, I don't think. I don't even know if that still be their horse when the race starts. The race ain't even started yet. You know what I'm saying? So will it even still be Warren when that happens? Jennifer says, I keep getting badges. The I'm not right in the head group. Oh, two. Are you top fan? Because if you're top fan, own that. Claim your badge and wear it with pride. And I want to be top fan in that group. Matter of fact, I'm going to join that group. Right after this feed, I'm going to look for that group. And if that group doesn't exist, I'm going to create it. Because that group needs to exist. And Ginger says Paul. Paul is the top fan. Paul is my top fan. And he's got his little badge and everything to prove it. So, you know, it's the same with Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali isn't necessarily the greatest boxer of all time. But he told everybody he was over and over and over again. That's the way it works. So to this day, people remember Muhammad Ali as the greatest of all time. Because he said it. Everybody that would listen to it, he told you over and over and over again, I'm the greatest. I'm the greatest of all time. That's why he's remembered as the greatest of all time. My favorite boxer of all time is Roy Jones Jr. And he worries about his legacy and why he's not remembered as the greatest of all time. Because you didn't run around calling yourself the greatest of all time, Roy. You should have ran around saying how great you were. Then people would be like, Roy was great. That's the way it works. Unfortunately, people are led around like that. Oh, it is a real group. Jennifer says it's a funny group. That's awesome. I'm going to join it. Cher says Tulsi is picking up pace. Good for Tulsi. Ginger says The oldest turned 20 today. I'm dragging her to the polls. My youngest turns 18 right before the general election. I'm dragging her also. Right on. Steve says we don't need no stinking badges. I like badges. I like badges. I like trophies and stuff. I like to accomplish things. I like to know I was a top fan. You know, but there's no meaning to them. I'm gonna be serious for just a second. There's no meaning to them. I get a valued commenter to this one feed that I show up to every once in a while. So it can't mean anything. How can I be a valued commenter? I've commented like maybe 6 times total in months. So, I can't be a valued commenter. I know that I drop hot fire and I spit hot fire and I drop major truth bombs, but there was nothing I could have said that was so great that I'm a valued commenter for life based on it. So, Nissa says munchies. Ray says, I got to go for now. I will and find you tomorrow night. Peace, my friend. Thank you. Yep, every night, 7 p.m., when we don't have massive technical difficulties, every night, 7 p.m., we do a Daily Burn. And we will be back tomorrow night for another episode of the Daily Burn. This is a daily show. We do this for the revolution. Right now, it's centered around Bernie. But that's our candidate. When he wins, this show keeps going. This fight keeps going. All of this keeps going. We keep moving forward towards victory. And victory is something that's not going to come easy. It's going to take commitment and work and discipline and everybody doing what they got to do moving forward to achieve it, to get us there. That's what's happening right now, and that's what I believe in. And that's what I'm doing all I can to help succeed. And do all you can. Do all you can in this fight, and we will win. We can't lose. We absolutely can't be beat if we do all we can. But thanks for watching, guys. I will see you guys in a little bit for a little experiment I wanted to do and something I had planned. But thanks for watching the Daily Burn, and I'll see you for the Daily Burn again tomorrow night at 7. Thanks for watching, guys. And Ginger says, we are the champions, my friend. What time zone? Central. Central. Jennifer can ride people to the polls on her horse herd. She has horses? Thanks for coming, guys. There was a group here today. I really appreciate it. I'll see you again tomorrow, and we'll have another watch party at Bernie or Vest tomorrow. See you at 7 tomorrow for another Daily Burn. Thanks for watching, guys.